everybody knows our lust for blood. Just one glance and they bounce in the double. Yeah, we on a different level. What a surprise, what a surprise. Don't act like you don't know your crime. Nothing to hide, nothing but lies. Don't think you can get past my eagle sharp eyes. No point in lurking in the shadows. Baby, we thrive in darkness. Hungry, we living for the battle. And I believe that there's a beauty to the madness. Witnesses, we become a legend. Wipe out the demons with our weapons. Oh, it makes me feel so alive. Take them down, yeah, one by one. We play the game like kings of the underground. Bring it on, can't stop us now. Bring it on, we ain't slowing down. Break them down, yeah, show them how it's done. Bring it on, we don't mess around. Get it on, let the chaos begin. Such commotion, sparks in the air ignite on through the night. We're hearing the rumors are spreading like wildfire. We're gonna let it burn, 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 burn. And it feels so good. So good. Can't get enough of the adrenaline. Always makes it worth all the grind. Take them down, yeah, one by one. We play the game like kings of the underground. Bring it on, can't stop us now. Bring it on, we ain't slowing down. Break them down, yeah, show them how it's done. Bring it on, we don't mess around. Get it on, let the chaos begin. We'll be the last one standing and gathered a new generation full of power and ambition. Say what you want, it really don't matter. A game is always strong, we'll blow them all away. We won't be showing any mercy. Enjoy the ride to hellfire. Can't beat the pleasure and the money. We live to fight, it's just the way that we were hardwired. Witnesses, we become a legend. Wipe out the demons with our weapons. Oh, it makes me feel so alive. We're burning blood tonight. Ready? Shake it down, yeah, one by one. We play the game like kings of the underground. Bring it on, can't stop us now. Bring it on, we ain't slowing down. Break them down, yeah, show them how it's done. Bring it on, we don't mess around. Yeah, let the chaos begin. Shake it down, break them down. Bring the fire burning to the ground. Take them down, break them down. Bring the fire burning to the ground. Yeah, playing with fire tonight.
Hi. Oh. I'm already just gonna. So to kind of basically explain last minute cancellation. Now, if I recall, last time I was called off on Saturday. Mainly, it was taking my eyes arrest off the electronics, and let's say I pull a Shawn Michaels. Instead of happiness, I lost a smile. That's kind of it. But now I'm doing all right. That's all I say. But yeah. Other than that, it's a new week. And we're now back to our good old schedule, which will probably last for a couple of weeks. I don't know, depends. It would be crazy if we beat this game, well, both Echoes of Wisdom and Prosecutor's Gambit before February 20th. For those who don't know, February 20th is the anniversary of when I started streaming. So yeah, so that will be interesting. If we finish these two games before that date, then that means I guess we'll start our 3rd year anniversary with not a Pokemon game. Usually in these anniversaries, like the first time I started streaming, it was Pokepark. Second time, 1 year anniversary, Pokepark 2. 2 year anniversary. it would have been maybe a different Pokemon game, but since Yakuza 0, not Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami is waiting. Yeah, I guess we're gonna start our second year anniversary with Yakuza 0. Who knows? Oh wait, never mind. I gotta play some. There's so much games. All I can say is that any games, Pokemon games on the Switch, except Pokemon Unite, as you know, I'm not a fan of League of Legends, and yeah. But yeah. It could be any Pokemon from Gen A, or let's go Pikachu, Eevee, or Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, that's about it. All I can think of. Or new Pokemon Snap. I could do that. Anyway. We have some interesting theories that can prove that Candace is the killer for Bronco. However, we got baited by Gavel's trap. Now the fingers points at Simon, are the suspect. But we got some unusual stuff. We got some new evidence. The now autopsy report. Bronco Knight. Cause of death: stab wound to the throat, instant death. The murder weapon: a sharp blade of some sort. A chisel, which we will explore later. And Mr. Candace's bell. Before we continue on, let's explore this. This bell is the same as the one on Helmut's collar, right? Yes. This bell is something of a trademark for Mr. Candace. An assassin with a trademark? You think he wants to stay anonymous? Isn't that true of great thieves too? Oh, Mr. Edward, you don't know anything about great thieving, do you? Great thieves are only great because they stand out from the crowd. What's that in it for the thief to stand out like that? Other than to attract the police's attention. The chisel. Mr. Candace hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Do you think it's a murder weapon, Mr. Edgeworth? It's too early to tell, but the fact that the blood was found on it is certainly incriminating. At the very least, it's not something we can discount as unrelated to the case. Well, it contains traces of blood. Oh, wait. Is it just the autopsy report, or... Let me see. Alright, tunnel prints. Realize the paw prints aren't actually belong to the dog. They belong to his Rocco Concerno's bear. So yeah. And apparently the security footage is also off by 3-hour gap. All I can say. Let's get into the investigation. Here we are again. Let's hope we can find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Oh yeah, what's the date? March 29th, 12 a.m. The prison yard. Although, that might be easier said than done. There's nothing left to investigate. Judge Gavel's deduction yesterday. There is another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. I have a question regarding... We didn't update the map. Well, this is the prison layout. This is the building layout, no surprise. So... Something that I forgot to mention about these tunnels. It's a tunnel that's between the prison and the detention center. But there's also another route. Being a well from the yard. We'll explore it for a bit. The well in the yard. Could the body not have entered the tunnel from there? In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint? Had Snike's body really been thrown down the well? The answer to that question will surely show us the way forward. Before we begin, I should tidy up my organizer a little. The unnecessary evidence had been removed. Remaining evidence had been rearranged. Alright, let's see. What don't we have? Alright, we still got the prosecutor's badge, of course. Building layout. It's a nice body. A rope. A rubber glove. Pocket chest set. I hid a chisel in here to prevent it from being found by the prison staff. Bloody tart. The door sensors. The dog is not founded. Prison roll call. Saw his bracelet. Dog chest piece. Prison search. The chest diagram. The security camera footage. Security gates. The tunnel prints. Bell, chisel, and the autopsy report. So the dog. Candace's dog. Elmont. Elmont's not in the profile, unfortunately. Missing guard outfit and Mr. Knight's keys. So only 3 evidence are gone. Let's see here. Huh? There's a cover on it. A dried up well slang bang in the middle of a prison? Figures it'd be locked. Oh, lucky. I'm a master lock picker. Want me to do my stuff? I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book. Ah, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa! Where's the key? The lock's broken, and from the looks of it, it's been broken for a long time. If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well. Judge Gavel's theories was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard. And then, during the performance, he threw the body down the well. What do you think? I thought... I sound like a smoker. Miles, where are you? Come and bring me my cigarette. Miles. Oh, Miles, you gotta take care of my grandson Seymour. If you do, I'll give you a nice sloppy kiss and a date where you switch them. What are you thinking, Mazareno? Plausible or no? Oh, why don't we see if Mr. can help us out again? He'll be able to tell us if Mr. Knight's body was here and which way he went. Good idea. I'll call Detective Gumshoe.
Gumshoe speaking.
Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you.
You bet, sir. Gumshoe's 7th secret weapon to the rescue again, huh?
I'm fairly sure Missile belongs to the precinct. I also like you to bring one of our witnesses. Call the Berry Big Circus and ask Miss Regina Berry to come down here, will you?
Yes, sir. I'll be there before you know it.
So, what shall we do while we're waiting for Gummy? How about a quick game of hide and go seek?
An idea, kiddo. Where exactly would we hide? He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kate. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one.
Oh, you bet I do. One crime scene recreation coming right up.
Hmm? Say what now?
Let me show you. Introducing the Great Thief's great secret weapon, Little Thief.
We're going to the digital world. Whoa, whoa! Screens appearing from thin air. That's the next level tech, little sis. Well, talk me through the deets. What are you doing now?
I'm inputting everything we need for the simulation.
Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief,
Or Little Thief, as Kay would say it.
It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you needed.
How about I start off with a recreation of what the yard looked like yesterday?
Good idea. That was when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage. We didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows? We may have overlooked something.
Give it to me. I'll use the photo I took. Solid data. Just gotta jump. Just gotta pump the projection power to the max and dark skies of evening when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern day Robin Hood.
What is this?
It's a recreation of how things were yesterday. Model on the day I gave Little Thief. The gadget was a tool used by the original Yanagasu, but they use it to plan robberies.
Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now.
Oh, but keep in mind that you can only recreate what you tell it to. It can't simulate things it doesn't have data for, and the data itself contains mistakes. And you wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too.
But this particular recreation is based on case photos, so we shouldn't run into any problems. That's enough preamble. Shall we get started? I kind of like this one more than the last one, than Little Thief's last time. The prison yard.
Don't forget, you can examine stuff in the recreation, just like in real life. You also present evidence to try to clear up any inconsistencies you find.
Of course. Thank you for the reminder. Now, let's take a look at that well.
Wouldn't it be great if we could find an alibi for Simon?
Careful. Bringing your personal feelings into the risk. Introducing bias to our findings. Findings. You must keep a cool head at all times while gathering information as quickly as possible.
Oh, so that's why you go around glaring at people. Using your icy stare to methodically analyze your tight-lipped opponents.
Did I really come across that cold of a man? No. Present.
Yep.
We're just gonna present a lot.
You know what? We already present. horrible moment of the murder. Or so we thought. In the end, it was just Mr. Casarena and Teddy, huh?
Which means that, unfortunately, it wasn't the conclusive proof we hoped for. However, we did learn that the time step on the footage is off by 3 hours. Why would the security cameras have been off for all that time?
I thought it was just a blackout.
Was it really though?
Okay. Just so.
Alright, that's it.
We can look at the well, but I want to talk to Eddie first.
The Great Thief's great secret weapon. Killing me intrigued, Mazzareno. Not exactly by the book stuff, though, yeah. Using Great Thief doodads in an official investigation. Oh, no, there's sheep. I'm cool, okay? I can keep a secret. Anything for the truth. Alright?
It's possible that final evidence has already been destroyed. Without police reproduction of the scene, we have no hope of finding it.
Hey, relax. Like I said, I'll just zip it and nod politely while you cats do your thing.
Thank you. That'll be very helpful.
What was the name of our trunk-heavy friend again?
Azia the Asian Elephant.
Star of the show, alongside Regina, Raging the Tiger, and Saint.
Of course, how could I forget? Not exactly inspired though, is it? Was Mr. Berry... Not Mr.
Was Miss Berry having an off day when she came up with it?
Oh my gosh, Edgeworth! I'm from the poor elephant herself.
Is it the elevator simulation?
Wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels.
Hey, would it be fun to hop in and race down a hill? Oh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs.
Where did any of that come from?
Okay. My chance to shine.
You're free to shine somewhere else, but you're not to make an audience out of me. This pond is home to Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator.
And look, those bones must be from her latest meal.
Why someone down an alligator could pick a carcass clean like that?
You think? I got a feeling she was rather ladylike in her own way, actually.
If you say so.
Well, I do. I kind of have a sixth sense for these things.
An interesting talent. Though I'm not one I'm particularly envious of. Stage. This is where the circus show stage stood.
Do you think people will be interested in the Great TV show?
I'm sure the police will be very eager to attend.
Let's see.
Personally, I told other people to do it though.
Oh, Mr. Andrew, you got...
Oh. Okay, we saw Miss Tech. We saw this text. Alright. Well. We should examine this area carefully. It may just hold the clue we need. The wall was behind the stage, which means
There aren't many people who could have thrown the knight's body down during the show.
this is looking worse and worse for Mrs. Saint. What are a bunch of pulleys doing here? They don't seem to be, well, pulleys for lifting buckets. The story looking hop rope lying on the ground.
Kind of reminds me of the rope we used for playing tug of war in school.
The answer is no, Kay.
What? I didn't even say anything. Yet.
I I see it also has a metal stake attached to one end.
Oh yeah, it looks like something used to put up a tent.
There was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for? It's a metal weight of some kind. It looks like it weighs. Projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember how heavy it was, Kay?
Sure it was, 30 pounds.
A single 30-pound metal weight was found by the well.
What does anyone need such a heavy weight for anyway?
It doesn't seem related to the circus show at any rate.
So what do you think of all the stuff around the well was used for?
Pulleys, rope, and a weight.
Can't see any of the animals needing them for their part in the performance.
Indeed. Nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. I'll have to ask Miss Berry later. I suspect that's all about it there is for now. I think Gumshoe should be here now, soon, too. Okay, you can power down Mr. Thief now.
Sure thing. Preparing to return to normality.
Sorry, sir. I came in as quick as I could.
Ha! Speaking of devil.
Detective. That was indeed impressively quickly.
You know me, sir. Never did like to keep you waiting.
Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina. No problem. This seems way more fun than rehearsals, so I ditched them for today.
It's very much appreciated. Alright, Detective. Let's get started with Pistol.
Yes, sir. Hey, Pistol, over here, boy. What's the matter? Come on, boy. Come on.
What's wrong with him?
Looks like he's scared of something, sir. Alligator! Guess he's not a fan, sir.
Well, I doubt he'll be much of help to us like this.
Any other bright ideas, Mazzarino?
Yes, actually. Miss Berry, would you mind lending us a hand?
Oh, I'd love to. Just tell me what you need. You want me to teach Allie some tricks?
I doubt she could do it, but not quite like that. I seem like an account of what the yard looked during the show.
I like where this is going. You think I'm using Little Thief again? Am I right?
If you'll be so kind.
Okay, I plug in all the data. Fire up the simulation. Here you go. This is what the yard was like during the show.
The time in which the body was purposed to have been thrown down the well.
Oh wow, this is so amazing. It's like magic. No magic here, just sweet, sweet data. Just why...
The area behind the stage is missing.
Yeah, Regina says she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up. So we don't have any data on what it was like back there.
No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Not because I let Simon do everything by himself.
Oh, no. It's all my frilly associate's fault.
Objection, Bender.
Anyway, we got a fresh simulation now, but we still have the other data too. I can switch back whenever you want recreation of them taking down the stage.
We can examine the scene both during and after the show. Switch between the two at will. I can switch between recreations by using extra talk with K. Now then, let's continue our investigation, shall we? Prison Yard, Part 2. chairs are lined up neatly for the show. But we know there were a few empty seats during the performance.
Huh? Something about the space. The way the seats are arranged. Reminds me of a karaoke contest I entered as a kid.
You enter a karaoke contest?
I sure did, and I came in second. Even in the depths of the night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One Lord soars to the shine, the light of righteousness on the world's blight.
Tell me you didn't actually sing that.
I sure did.
She did well to take second place. Or perhaps stole is more apparent. Or is it more that she failed to steal first place? I'm overthinking this.
Okay, this is the same thing.
Interesting, we got some new.
Oh wait, we also haven't checked this.
And that's one impressive fence. Check the climate if I...
Please don't, it's electrifying.
I wonder what's on the other side.
Warren's office, I believe.
I guess she likes to keep a close eye on her pets.
Silly would probably function better as a zoo than a prison. This is the pen that held Azia, the Asian elephant. Now empty, as the lady herself is on stage.
I wonder how they got her in here in the first place.
What do you mean?
Well, the entrance to the yard is people size. And there's like a gazillion megawatts pumping through that fence. Kind of risky, no?
Not if one turned off the electricity.
Yeah, but then all the prisoners would have escaped.
Would an entrance blocked by an elephant? I think not.
This is a real puzzle, alright. I need to give it some more thought.
You seem to be enjoying the challenge. I'll leave her to it. This basket was...
Basky? Why did I say Basky?
This basket was empty in the other recreation.
Oh yeah! Well, it's definitely empty in the photo I took, too. Oops. Sorry, I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier.
Oh?
That basket's for holding Azia's food, but in the morning of the show, all the apples that were in it had vanished. Poof. I totally forgot to mention it. Sorry.
Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this.
Don't say a word, sir. I know just what you're looking for. It's written all over your face.
It is?
This will maybe temporarily out of action. My fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it. Oh, if you want to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too.
I've never seen him so excited. I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them, Detective.
Aww.
As bad as it looks, sir. Poor guy's a little scared of his skin.
I'll have him track that scent again. But that clearly isn't in the cards now.
Aww.
We appear that we're missing some data for this point in time.
Yep, that's about the size of it. Yeah, steal us some data.
I don't steal data, Kay. I use logic and deduction to get what I need.
Well, I'm more of an act first, think later gal.
Please don't add my workload with your recklessness. I would hate to have you to order your arrest.
Wow. That's an interesting color.
Okay. So you come to visit the prison often, Regina? I sure do. I have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. And they're all such sweeties. The old faces and the new. Me new friends only yesterday. Allie's just the cutest.
Cute. That full-grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond.
Are you sure about that? Can't help worrying you. You just walk up and then.
I did not meant to press that.
No? Oh, don't be silly. She never do anything like that. Especially since she's not doing great. I heard she hasn't been herself since yesterday. I'm so worried about her. You guys are worried too, right? Right? Yeah, totally. Super worried. Right, Miss Edgeworth?
Yes, Super. Don't rope me into this. Alright, last one.
Story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. Wish I could have seen it. I could have seen Sima up there on that stage too. Oh, he was wonderful. The way he flew off the stage.
Oh yes, that scene.
This victory is achieved in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage. Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance.
And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Roughly, how long would you say Mr. Sane was off stage for, Miss Berry?
Let's see. I guess it was around 15 minutes?
Just as Judge Gavel said.
Isn't it pretty hairy elephant and Saber-Wise having an elephant flick a guy off the stage?
Not at all. Azia's very gentle.
I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly.
Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage. Not because of Azia, though. Sima had figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing?
A trick? Do you have any idea what kind of trick?
Who, me? Oh, no, it was Simon's big thing. I wouldn't know where to start.
A trick of some kind of enable Azia sent Sane flying.
Okay.
Let's try.
The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Azia.
Really? That's strange. I made sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, yes. It was still full of apples the night before the show.
We must consider the possibility that the cart was moved somewhere within Azia's reach. A large basket full of apples could have been moved by the wind. Which likely means somebody moved it for a reason.
Okay.
So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved, and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems like the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kate.
Will do. I add that into the simulation of the performance then. Updating based on what Regina told us now. There, all done.
Little wonder the smell of animals was being used for the elephants.
To hold Azia's apples, right?
Yep.
Yep. It was full of them the day before the show.
So they vanished overnight.
Oh, did you figure something out, Miss Ashworth?
Quite possibly.
You remember how Little Thief works, right?
Yes, create simulation I can interact with and investigate like a real crime scene.
That's right. Just go around and poke at anything you find interesting. Oh, but don't forget that if the inputted data is wrong, then the recreation will be wrong too. So if you see something weird, try presenting evidence to clear it up.
Right. Actually, I'm still not very familiar with the new feature you mentioned.
It's nothing complicated, but it lets you switch between different recreations. So the two we got programming right now are scene as it was during the show 2 days ago, and when they were tearing down the stage yesterday.
I sure remember to talk to Kay if I need to switch recreations.
Let's try switching. Alright, you want me to change the recreation to yesterday's stage teardown? Here you go. This is how things looked when they were taking down the stage.
I don't believe there's any more to be found here.
Alright, only this.
Looks like this was designed for raising and lowering a bucket. No sign of the bucket though.
I just want to say that. Alright. Let's. Alright, so we got logic now. This is the only possibility.
The trick Mr. Singh performed for his big scene. Could it have something to do with all the items we found by the well? Taking another look at these items. Could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's?
Sounds possible enough. Hey, I could maybe add it to the simulation.
Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details.
Roger that. I'll be right back. I'm back.
And I kind of got jump scared a little.
He told me exactly how he did it.
Excellent. Well, how does it work?
He said he used a pulley at the top of the well to suspend a heavy weight from a rope and lower that down to the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys and was tied around his body.
I see, so he used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But I wonder if he makes sure the weight only dropped when he wanted to.
He used a stake to stop it. That's how.
Miss Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick, or the cooperation he built for it. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake.
That's right. So then he used a second length of rope.
Interesting.
He tied it to the stick, and then when he gave it a sharp tug, the stick was released, and the weight dropped down the well. It's a great trick. I had to steal it. This one has to go into the Great Thief's repertoire.
It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough.
Alright, practice it is then.
But before you run away to do so, you mind updating the simulation?
Alright, then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. Now to add in the data, Luffy should be able to reproduce the trick now.
So this is how Mr. Saint performed his trick.
A contraption that was used in the well. A very heavy weight. 3 pulleys and 2 lengths of rope to send Saint flying during the show.
Must full of surprises, huh? I mean, dropping a weight down to a well to help him fly off the stage like that? That's genius.
Indeed.
I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight. More than him at the very least. It would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that.
Yeah, probably a ton of practice.
It's tarp. It's just like the one we saw in the workshop.
It's tarp. It's just like the one we saw in the workshop.
Yes. Why is it here?
But why is it here? Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You're kind of blank.
And I intend to stay Blake until you stop stealing my thoughts.
That's one heavy weight. Kind of reminds me how... You think how much this all must be weighing on Simo.
It does? I'm not sure I quite see it myself.
Oh? Too bad. We don't have the real thing here. Otherwise, it'll hang around your neck like a big old albatross. Then we'll see how you like it.
You'll face some stiff resistance if you try. I can promise you that. This thing used a well constructed of a contraption that was sent him flying from the stage. It made clever use of 2 ropes. Pulling the rope. I suppose the two do tend to go together.
They sure do. Like a great thief and a treasure. Can't have one without the other.
Sorry, but the proper parent in this case is a great thief and a set of handcuffs. This is the rope that was hanging down the well.
But there's no piano at the end of it. And definitely no bucket.
You're trying to be serious, Kay.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Just trying to lighten up the mood. Look at with all that stare of yours.
Actually, she may be onto something. You might want to consider what could have really been to attach to the end of the rope.
Wait, what's...
Oh.
Oh. I thought it was like a marking for something. Is that it? Yep, that's it. That is it. Now look at the stage. Nope. Alright, so I guess the rest is gonna be for logic. I'm probably gonna get it wrong, but I'm just giving it a try. If not, I'm gonna go with the basket of apples. Or not. Wait, doesn't this seem odd to you?
No? You haven't noticed, Detective? There's something strange about the weight we found. One weight on it wouldn't be heavy enough.
Oh, more weight would have been able to need to lift Simo into the air.
A single 30-pound weight could have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground.
Oh yeah!
In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing?
So like a job for my 7-secret weapon, sir.
Shouldn't need to use them arrays. I suppose I should speak with him then.
I'm gonna save again because I just want to make sure.
More thinking.
Insufficient weight.
It's worth a shot.
No. So the metal detector probably. Okay.
Detective? I have need one of your secret weapons.
Roger that.
Wrong weapon. A metal detector, if you would be so kind.
Oh, jeez. I'm never gonna get to use my fishing rod. So before we get started, let me run you through how the metal detector works, sir. It's simple enough. It uses this sound and this gauge to tell you how close you are to something made of metal. The closer you get, the more strongly you'll react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Okay, we got here. Ooh! Oh. A fence. I can do BB soup! Anyway, that's how it all works. You tell me where you want to look, sir, and I'll get right on it. Getting warmer, but it's still weak, sir.
Detective, there'll be no time to chit-chat. We have to investigate the conduct.
Yes, sir. I got something. There's something here, sir. Ooh, it's a gold coin, sir. What a find! It'll go down in history.
I don't imagine a gold coin would stay hidden long in a prison yard.
Oh, you found it! Everyone would have guessed it was hiding there this whole time. That's one of the gold coins from the big coin hunt we hold once every 2 weeks.
Hey, that sounds kind of interesting. It'll be fun for the whole family.
Sure is. The prisoners have to hunt for the coins the warden buried around the yard. If they find 3 silver coins or 1 gold coin, they get something for a chili donut.
First to show how a treasure hunt. Is this a prison or a playground?
All right, let's get back to it. I found something. There's something here, sir. I just did.
Oh my gosh. I don't see anything metallic. What did the detector pick up?
Guess it must have picked up some iron sand.
Iron sand. As in sand you can pick up with a magnet.
That's stuff you can find at the beach sometimes. I just gotta get the thing we need right here. Introducing secret weapon number 6 or 7.
Wait, what happened to secret weapon number 5?
Are you making this up as you go along?
It's in the ordinary magnet I found at the hardware store. Watch this. I just bring it close to the ground and ta-da! Speaking out the iron. Ooh, come on, little guys. That's a pop.
Must be nice to be so easily entertained. Regardless, the investigation must continue.
All right, let's get back to it. Sir, picking up something over here. Let's take a look. Look, see. Huh? I found these little guys in the grass.
They're the same as the weight we found by the well. It must have been from Mrs. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose?
I counted 4 altogether, sir.
They'd be more than heavy enough to send him flying.
Somebody has several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here?
Yes. Nice work, me. Nice work, Gumshoe.
Alligator!
That thing nearly gave me a heart attack.
Huh? What's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacted to the alligator.
What? How?
You sure it's not responding to the weights we just found?
No, sir. I'm sure this is something different. And I'm sure it's coming from the alligator.
And she's gone.
You scared that bigger snapper good. I don't think that's it, Kay. Huh? And what is it? Allie hasn't been herself lately.
What's her name? Allie, the warden's favorite pet.
She wouldn't even look at the food Warden Lagarde brought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she eating something that didn't agree with her.
Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir.
Oh no, what if she ate one of that weights?
I highly doubt that even an alligator can swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Okay, can you recreate the scene again?
I mean, right up.
Zizzer, I think I cracked the case, sir. But the killer was an invisible man.
Go on.
Well, the weapon came out of nowhere.
And nobody knows how the kid voice act while looking at this slide. Oh, Gumshoe.
No, that makes sense. Until you put Invisible Man in the picture.
I can't. Detective, don't tell me you think invisible people really exist.
No, sir. It'd be fun to see one do. No, huh?
What a winning idea. Perhaps you should make your assignment to visit a permanent arm.
You gotta be kidding me! That kid probably still believes in Santa Claus.
People in glass houses.
Wait, what does that mean?
I'm not scared to see and expect anything that catches my attention. Wait, I want to save. That way we don't have to worry. Eureka! Think about the two recreations. The one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the two. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing. Oh yeah! This is a tricks would have worked with only the items we see before us.
So what happened?
Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we collected might tell us exactly that.
Really?
What shows where the missing rope went?
Take that!
This is what was found beside Knight's body.
Wait, you mean...
Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick.
So you're saying...
Yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. It wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else.
it wasn't Mr. Edgar? Come on, I'm dying here.
Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to. Do that and you'll soon figure out the answer. Oh, we have to present. The weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weights was...
Take that!
It could only been Knight's body that was dropped down the well.
What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight?
Yes. Somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Mr. Saint used the contraction to make his exit from the stage. When he let the rope around his body loose, both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden.
So that no one realized they'd been replaced with a body.
Precisely. We then further deduced that they were hidden by the killer. Whoa there, gang. Is it poor Bronco stabbed to the neck? Wouldn't there be blood anywhere, including down the well? Oh, you could have thought of that, which is why they used this. What did the killer use to stop Knight's blood from going anywhere? It's hard.
Take that!
This top was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it.
Ooh. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. It's all coming together now. Love it.
But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well. Which means we're helping to prove that Seaman was the killer.
No, not quite.
What about what Judge Gavel said yesterday?
But Mr. Singh was truly the killer. Why would he need to go such lengths to commit his crime?
That's true.
Knight's body fell down well when Mr. Singh used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show.
Yeah. I guess we did suspect Mr. Kind of right away, huh?
That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, he used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together?
It would have been the day before the show. Night before, actually. Yes, we started getting ready for the show at around 9 p.m. And I think we finished around midnight.
In which case, the killer must have switched the weights on for the body after that point.
The body was left dangling inside the well the night before the incident.
Used during the show to send Saint flying, the weights were replaced with the victim's body by someone. Did Kenneth know about this contraction? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that they taught his daughters to spend bodies halfway down wells. Means Kenneth is the killer.
Okay, I have two things to say. One, I was silent for long because someone was outside playing loud music. And I didn't want to get like a copyright. Two. I wanted Candace to be the killer. I only have... Oh no. I think I only have like 3 people to suspect. Unfortunately. Aw, man. Well... Right. Odd. These are the only 2 we got left. Do they connect? Yeah. The basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we deducted that the weights were switched for the show. Oh, for the body at around the same time. Hard to chalk that up to coincidence, huh? The next question we should be asking is, why was the card moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The card would have been blocking that door, which can only mean that somebody needs to open it. Now let's see what's... Oh, great. It's locked. Let me ask the guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard! Is the guard not gonna be like crazy about what's going on around him right now? Yes, miss, what can I do for you? That was fast! Guard, where's the key for this door? Oh, the warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it. One of the guards the only one with a key? I mean, if somebody did open the door, they would have gotten it from her somehow. Thanks for the help. All these breakers. You must control the electricity for the whole prison. So we think somebody got in here the night before the show, right? Why? Why are they trying to do? I thought they came here by mistake thinking it was a break. They must have come to tamper with the switches. Did you turn the power to something? I'm not thinking that. Isn't there something that lost power? How mine lost power had the breaker been flipped? Take that! There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage. Well, yeah, there was. So somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to. Seems very likely. Do you think it was the killer? Sure, that showing off the cameras would have made things easier for them. It would? Which means the killer would have been someone who had access to the breakers. And since only one person has the key, it could have been. But it... Breakers located in the power room just went off the prison yard, where they tampered with the night before the body was found. Alright, little thief, your work here is done. Oh, man. Well, I've... Oh, boy. First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm. Early bird gets the worm. Good morning, Mr. Winner. What? You? How did you get here before me? Good morning, Mr. Hedger. I see you made an early start. And I see you made a late one, Judge Gabble. This isn't my only case. I am a very busy woman. Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relief of his only current responsibility. Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney. Associate? More like asinine.
We'll see about that.
Eustace, let's begin the investigation of the yard.
Okay, I'll
I'll go get some officers to help.
Hold it! That won't be necessary.
Why not?
We've already finished investigating the yard, and won quite the prize in the process.
One? Well, I'm supposed to be the winner.
Your Honor, I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, in order to thoroughly disapprove it.
I will caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Hedgeworth. As I'm sure you remember, your badge is in my hands.
How could I forget? You told me to several dozen times already. Perhaps you dare try a different threat?
Overruled. You have been more repeating. Yes. And each time, my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination.
Objection!
Fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simon Saint's innocent. Simon Saint's innocence.
Interesting. He's spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, shall it be equally uncompromising? In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike you down, your case without mercy. When I am done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this.
Judge Gavel's theory.
My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday. Mr. Kasaren did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could have only been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint.
That's still your assertion? And you can prove it, of course.
Of course you can't! Who do you think you're up against? What use is Mr. Saint is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival.
She really is a busy woman. Busy looking after baby Winner. Or baby Wiener.
The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death, as it stated, it seems a wound is 4 inches deep.
I'm a debt between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. on the 27th. It's just from the wound in the neck.
Team on Say was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. That was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well.
Judge Gavel hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor.
You seem very confident in that. But do you have any evidence to prove it?
Yes, I think I just might. Four statements. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold it!
That theory being that Mr. Saint was the killer. You're certainly clinging to that rather stubbornly.
And you are certainly clinging rather stubbornly to the idea that Mr. Saint wasn't the killer. Do you have any conclusive evidence that he wasn't? Any idea who the real killer might be?
I'd like to see what evidence you yourself have first.
My name is the Esmeralda of the Goddess of Justice. My words are her words. But her words are wasted on you, I see. You would challenge me if I say the sky was blue?
Is this a cult or a court? Court or cult?
If you truly mean to refute the word of a divine, then come, show me your evidence.
I keep pressing.
Hold it!
Isn't it possible that Mr. Casarena simply failed to notice the body?
Assistant to the Associate Attorney, you would have been through the secret passage, have you not? wall. How'd you know? I noticed mud on you yesterday. On that charming heat in your hair, to be precise. It's incredible! You could be a great thief with eyes like that. Answer me truthfully, the name of the goddess. Would you or would you not have noticed a body had been unpresent? Well, you know, guess I would have. There you have it. Mr. Kazura did not see a body, which means there was no body there to see.
Hold it! Could you talk us through your reasoning on that a little more?
The day before the performance, Mr. Knight borrowed the keys from Mr. Kazurino.
More specifically, the key to a cell.
Mr. Knight then used the key to leave his cell and enter Mr. Saint's stage. Mr. Saint took Mr. Knight to the yard in that cage, and that's where he killed him. The following day, Mr. Kazurino crawled his way through the tunnel, but there was nobody there yet. Wait a second, that doesn't add up. This Kazurino smelled like sweet smell. So Mr. Knight must have been in the tunnel already. No. His body did not crawl past through the tunnel until sometime after Mr. Kazurino had crawled through it. Mr. Kazurino used the tunnel right around the time the show was starting. The body was discovered just after the performance ended.
From which you deducted that a body could only have been thrown down the well during the show.
Yes, and who the culprit must be?
Hold it! Are you sure about that? Could nobody else have done it?
I understand that Miss Berry was on the stage for the entire performance. Most of the prisoners were watching the show, and those who were not have plausible alibis.
What about the guards?
They too were watching the show, as was the warden.
How can you be so sure? A guard could have easily approached the wells unnoticed.
None of the guards left their posts during the show. I checked this for myself, you know. I took statements from each and every one of them.
She's through, I give her that.
Are you finally ready to accept the truth? That the killer could have only been Seymour Saint?
Judge Gabba had to carry out a full investigation in the yard yet.
Which means we got the advantage for the change.
I should review the evidence we gathered during our investigation in the yard.
Second or third? Alright, so first, we'll present this. We'll present this, and then after that will be the third statement.
Objection!
Oh,
Am I expected to accept this as evidence? It appears to have no connection to my testimony.
yep. Was it the third?
Objection!
Well, I have no clue. Was it the fourth one?
Objection!
Oh.
Sorry, Anna, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption.
A contraption? Go on.
You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant.
I do. Just before he was to be absent for some time.
I did not meant to press that.
He was only able to fly through the air thanks to the weight rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weight and down the well, allowing him to complete the trick.
Objection!
Wait, wouldn't that send him flying as soon as he set foot on the stage?
Hold it!
It's simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using the stake to keep the rope in place. With the second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. We have found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. This was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraction in the time between the murder and the show.
Objection!
You're saying Mr. Saint himself set this contraction up, right? Well then, who do you think is the number one most likely person to use to dispose of the body, hmm? Even you must see how this looks.
Objection!
Mrs. Saint was the killer. He could have simply done as Judge Gavel theorized. About these extra steps, Miss Berry.
Yes?
Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick worked?
Well, let's see. We have to get the prisoner's approval on what we are going to perform. So I don't think Simon's the only one who knows.
And there you have it.
Overruled. Interesting. You have certainly been diligent in your investigation, and yet I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right?
Is what am I doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so?
How can you not grasp even that? How can you not see that you are doing wrong at this very moment? You are a prosecutor, and yet you aid the defense. This flies in the face of common sense. You are breaking every rule in the book.
I think only of what is right and just, and act as I see fit in each situation I am confronted with. This is the path I have chosen. Whenever you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. If you mean to stand in my way, I will fight back with all I can to bring to bear.
Perhaps the gods of justice is testing me. Very well. If it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Listen well, Mr. Ezra, but there is another reason why only Mr. Saint can be the killer.
Oh boy.
Why Saint is a suspect. The body was moved from the yard to the workshop, and Mr. Knight must have first been through here from the yard from his cell. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simon Saint, and thus he remained the only possible suspect. Mr. Saint took a cage of him to Mr. Knight's cell, but why would he do that? Why take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells? Yeah, it is pretty
sus! We all met Mr. Saint. That's exactly the kind of thing he will do. Entirely possible that he took the cage with him. Out of absent-mindedness and nothing else.
It may be possible, but it's no more or less possible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape.
I need some real solid evidence if I'm going to get her to budge.
Oh my gosh, she's really going at it.
Hold it!
You seem to think that Mr. Knight was killed here in the yard. What do you think he was brought here?
Sometime between midnight and 8 a.m., the day of the show. It could have only been during that time.
In other words, between the end of the rehearsal and the start of the performance.
As I was saying, if the body was moved from the yard to the workshop, then Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from his cell.
Hold it!
Was there really no other way he could have come here?
Mr. Knight was awaiting trial. If he, a random non-inmate, had openly entered the prison proper, he surely would have been noticed.
And presumably, none of your witnesses has testified to having seen such a thing.
Precisely. Praise to the goddess of justice for granting you this insight. So as you will agree, it can only be that Mr. Knight was brought over here in secret.
Hold it!
You're certain nobody else had the opportunity?
Need I remind you that we are in a prison? The entire facility is monitored at all times. Anything out of the ordinary would have been spotted.
Hold it!
But Mr. Saint was under the same security, was he not?
Overruled! The warden had granted the members of the circus troop special access. As a member of that troop, under the supervision of Miss Berry, he is the only person who was free to wander where he was willed.
Objection!
Seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor.
Oh gosh. Overruled! Forget is not a word in my vocabulary, Mr. Edra.
Very well, then recall this fact if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around the prison. There was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison. A time when it would have been impossible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored.
Is that the breakers?
Take that!
Is that it?
Oh wait, no, that was low. I thought it was the same. I'm so panicked. Okay.
Hold it!
Right. Map. I only got 3. I got 3 up in.
Hold it!
Overruled!
Yep. Yep.
Objection!
Overruled!
I really got it. Time would have been possible for anyone to move.
Take that!
Ah, yes, the scary camera. Next guess was the security gates.
Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity.
Which opportunity are we talking about again?
He previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours. And from this, we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for the length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected.
Do you mean to say that our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap? That was no simple camera malfunction. Is that even possible?
It's completely possible to create the 3-hour gap using this.
Take that!
Breakers. Our investigation of the yard turned up something rather interesting. A panel of breakers. One which can be used to cut the power to the security cameras.
High voltage. Off. Yard. Oh wait. Camera's on and out. Okay. Everything is on.
We also learned the door to the power room may have been opened at around the time of the murder.
Oh, what?
such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark.
Mr. Edgeworth knows what he's doing.
Then how does he explain the lock on the power room door?
Oh yeah, it was kind of locked up tight. And the warden's the only one with the key.
Those breakers are vital to the prisoner's infrastructure. So I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily.
Objection!
No, but one person could have.
I beg your pardon?
That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question them.
Objection!
What? There's no one like that! The break into the electric fence is in there! They would have been questioned in an instant!
There's only one person who meets these criteria. I can hardly believe in myself. I have to follow where the logic leads.
The person who had access to the power room key was...
Me, Lingard. We have some questions.
Take that!
The real culprit is... Warden Lagar.
Oh, just look at you. Aren't you the cutest little poochie woo?
He's not just a pretty face. This also has quite the nose for sweet things. He seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed. And it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume.
And perhaps... is it the sweet stench of death?
You're a regular poet, aren't you? I have no idea. But if I didn't know better, I almost think you were calling Moy the killer.
That's precisely what I'm calling you.
What?
Warden Lagar.
Is the killer?
Mr. Edgeworth, do you realize what you're saying?
Such a nutty boy. How can you suspect me, I'm the one in charge around here. It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we?
And equally far-fetched. This is preposterous.
Hold it!
Sadly, it's not. Although I can hardly believe it myself.
But my eyes!
This is where the evidence points. You must trust in the evidence. You see, the evidence proves that Lord Lagarde is the killer. Breakers.
Take that!
I should have saved.
Here we go again.
Oh wait, didn't we save Oh no, we did.
Take that! Take that!
Nothing we can skip.
Objection! Take that!
Warden Lagar.
Now we can save. Yep. Yep. We are screwing it up.
Hold it!
Oh, wait. Do I present Mr. Ninth Bonnie with the sweet
Take
scent?
that!
Ah! Your scent betrays you, Warden. And here is your accuser.
The police dog?
He had in track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when he was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you.
Oh, darling, you're priceless. You really are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Birdie, dear. You put him in his place.
Oh. It seems Judge Gavel may have reached a similar conclusion to myself.
You believe this is to be no mere coincidence, Miss Edgeworth?
I do. After all, she had the key. And the scent found lingering on the body is hers as well. Or just one or the other. We might be able to brush it off as coincidence, however.
Indeed. And it seems the conclusion approaches. Perhaps we should hear what the warden has to say for herself.
We should. And when we have, this case will finally be at an end.
You're being simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Me, the killer? How could I possibly do such a thing?
Oh boy.
I didn't do it. She already told me something she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have killed him there. How am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped up in my office, right? So right before the show began. Check if you like. You wouldn't find a record anywhere of my having entered or left the prison proper. I haven't the first idea of what harebrained theories you little scams have cooked up. I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer.
Give me a break! This doesn't lie. Doesn't it make it hard on anyone and just come clean? Wait. Oh, don't make it hard on anyone and just come clean.
I'm afraid you are the ones making things difficult. As I just said, I never went into the prison. If you think I'm lying, go and check the records.
She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, stop being big silly. You make a boo-boo. And you know,
I feel cringe reading that. I'm sorry. Okay. So I guess we have to press first. More we press, more we can prove it.
Hold it!
Judge Gabba told you everything. Are you close?
Fix the thieves, darling. Why did you ask? Are you jealous?
Jealous? What?
I had to ask Warden Lagarde for a lot of information on the first day of our investigation. It seemed only right that I share some information in return. Oh, Birdie, you have to make it sound so awful dry. I thought we had a lovely chat. I simply shared the truth in our conversation. It was the least I could do.
I'm not sure what's going on with these two. Terrifying, formidable together.
Hold it!
The murder took place in his cell? You seem very happy to accept that.
And why I shouldn't be. It seems like the most likely place for it to have happened without drawing attention.
Wait, what about the... Oh, his floors! Oh, his floor has also been removed. I did not realize that.
And besides, they found Knight's blood in his cell.
Yes, that was from being struck by Mr. Casarino. Right? He didn't tell it that, I suppose. I think there's also been no testimony to the contrary.
What does that matter? Knight being killed in his cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway.
Hold it!
Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison?
Please, darling, let me finish.
Okay.
Hold it!
So you were in your office the whole time, and you didn't notice anything unusual?
No, I can't say that I did.
And you didn't notice anything missing?
I must confess, I'm a rather messy girl. And a forgetful one at that. I put something down and I lost it forever. It's a curse, darling. A curse. I even lost something important evidence recently. It was gone. Poof, just like that.
What? She still has a job?
Honestly, if somebody came into my office and took something, it might have been years before I noticed.
Seems like I'll need more than power room key to expose her.
On the day of the murder, I was working in my office. Oh, I'm looking for something I misplaced. If you ever had a reason to go into the prison, I simply would have it at the time.
Hold it!
Sure, maybe you didn't go through the main entrance to the prison. What if you took another route?
Oh, come now, sweetie. Surely you don't mean that awful, filthy tunnel to be discovered. But until yesterday, I had no idea that it even... But until yesterday, I had no idea it even exists.
No, you had another way in, I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance of the tunnel.
Take that!
Oh, right. Right.
Right, of course. Of course.
Hold it!
Yep. Yeah, another way in.
Take that!
The holding cells.
What the?
The detention center!
The only time Knight's body could have been placed in the well was the night before the show.
Take 2 or 3. I don't know.
Come on.
Hold it!
Let's try this again. The connecting corridor is...
Take that!
This might take a while. This really might take a while.
Hold it! Take that!
Are you? We're not beating those allocations. Gotta beat those allocations. We gotta prove the allegations are true.
Hold it!
On. Wow.
Take that!
Oh. It was. Through the fence? Warden, you took Knight from his cell and brought him to your office. It just happens to be connected to the yard. You ran away through the fence. And you have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel.
A gold star for creativity, darling. And how would I have gone through the fence, The extremely high fence. Top of razor wires. With thousands of volts of electricity going through it.
Yeah, how's she supposed to have gone through that? Fence electricity supply can be cut off from the power room. And only you have the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it.
Overruled. Highly ridiculous. The power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden Nagar was on the detention center side. How could she have even reached the power room? Exactly, fairy darling. Well, Octopus, dug yourself a real hole now.
Aye.
There's no record of Lauren Nagar having touched the prison proper. Then the idea that she could have shut off the fence by using the breaker is out of the question.
But there must be some way she could have done it. Take a deep breath, big guy. Use a Q and you've lost everything. If we don't find a solution, she might still get out of this. Hey, I said take a deep breath. Not freak out and completely lose your cool. There's something to be gained by banging your head against the same wall, yeah? No matter how you look at it, Warden Nagar could have done it alone.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you cannot find a...
Objection!
You aren't doing yourself any favors by obstructing justice with your silence.
That was a reflexive objection. Now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add. If you'll permit me.
Something that explains how the warden could have shut off the bracket from the wrong side of the fence.
Yes. Because it's not as impossible as it seems. An accomplice? She could have done it alone, but what if she wasn't alone? Oh, now we're talking. Way to flex the old gray matter, kiddo. I believe that one of the guard had an accomplice.
Overruled. Enough. You disappoint me, Miss Edgeworth.
What do you mean?
Mr. Edgeworth has said nothing wrong!
The inmates of the prison are all issued with security bracelets. The one that raised an alarm the people were not supposed. I see that you realize your error, and here we are, of course, within the prison grounds, where not only are the bracelets worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoings.
Despite all that, no one knows Mr. Casareno's escape?
The only ones who are free to roam are the animals, and they most certainly could not have operated the breaker.
No. So our accomplice must be human.
Overruled! Then who did it, given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard?
We'll be so quick to rule out either, Your Honor. The fact is, there is one person, someone whose movement weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show who that reforming person was.
Take that!
Bracelet? The bracelet? This is one of the prisoner's bracelets.
Indeed. The broken bracelet belonged to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner.
What do you mean? And who is this prisoner?
Frank Salt, Warden the Guard's favorite inmate.
Oh! That's an interesting sprite.
It's strange, isn't it, Warden? And he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while. That's a pretty funky, and I don't mean in a good way. It could have been the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Budahama Canis, for example.
Overruled! St. Edgeworth, that is pure speculation.
In that case, while we ask Mr. Saw himself, I'm confident he will confirm for us that he and Warden Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. The two of them have worked together. A certain route into the prison becomes viable. A real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in their path.
First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard.
She was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop, having Mr. Son shut off the corresponding breakers.
Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, you've had your fun.
And? Do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde?
No, dear. You've gotten me. I admit it. Warden! Don't tell me this isn't true. Sorry, Betty, honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it. No way! You did, Miss Edgeworth. You got her.
Nice shooting, Catboy. She won't be wriggling out of this now.
As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. But we didn't kill Knight, did we? No, Sweetums. No, we didn't.
What?
Warden, explain yourself. Oh, very dear. I doubt your precious goddess will want to hear my excuses now. She is all merciful. You have but to confess, and you shall be saved. Oh, gosh. Alright. I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said. Who's he? Budahama Canis, that awful assassin.
Canis?
How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. The moment we were alone, he said this to me.
You know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution.
Others?
Yes, very loyal dogs. Dogs who will do anything I ask of them.
Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. And then he said one last thing.
I would recommend that you take care of how you treat me during my stay here.
I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for.
Everything. Wait, is that how he became the fixer?
Yes, darling. I obeyed his every command. I snuggled in for him all that he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie into our little conspiracy. He ran away, of course, because I made things easier for him too. So you're smuggling in contraband? How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my room to the yard without being seen by the cameras. Then I simply dropped the packages down the well on the prison side and went back to the fence. Each one of them spritz with a little of my perfume.
So that's what the sweet smell was.
Yes, it was a single for Candace's dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fresh the packages and bring them back to his master. We had to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course.
Gonna have been easy keeping him from finding out.
Well, we're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison diary. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. And that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Candace's dog. Poor thing. So there was no risk of him raising the alarm either.
She has oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. Her on his side, Candace couldn't fail.
Frankie would have sneaked out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the cameras, which I would do later when I got the chance. You have shared a great deal, Warden. The gods of justice will surely take your honesty into account. I've been the most dreadful fool. I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our delivery days, and so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard.
So that's the secret behind the fixer system, and why she was.
Police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I have to lend them a hand myself, you know. I just know how many times I hauled the secret scoundrel into my office to talk to me. No matter what I said or how much evidence I presented him with, he simply won't say a word.
So that's why you're interrogating Mr. Candace over and over.
Exactly. We're trying to track down those horrible pinch people of his. I borrowed everything the police had on that round scoundrel. I watched his every move. Intercepted every letter he wrote.
His letter. I suppose she must know about correspondence chess game too.
No matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to who his underlings were. If I feel like this, it's... Oh, just you can't comprehend it. As you just heard for yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Words of Warren Lagarde's confession have cleansed all of her of all suspicion. Surely there's no need to hound her any longer.
Has she really cleared all of suspicion though? Or is it more about her to uncover?
Maybe.
Do I want to continue? Screw it. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but this conversation isn't over yet. And I think the gods of justice would agree.
Do you mean to make her suffer even more than she already has?
Unfortunately, her suffering under Miss Akanis does nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She made herself that she knew of and even facilitated the so-called Fixer's delivery route. I believe she used the same route to move Knight's body.
And where is your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's in the fact that the sweet smell of Knight's body is the exact same scent Warren Lagar uses to signal a delivery. What do you make of that?
Well, that's because we've done it so many times by now that the whole world probably smells of it. So it must have just rubbed off on his body. Does that match the statement that Mr. Casarino approved?
Smell it. Yeah, always smell kind of nice down there. Nice? Gee, I don't know. Smells sort of like dessert, I guess.
His words would seem to suggest that the smell had premeditated the well. You've been rendered speechless, I see. Then I hereby move to adjourn this session of the court. Oh, what do you do, Mr. Edgeworth?
What can I do? This is as far as we go.
Finally, so we're actually done. Yes, you see we are. By the power vested in me, this court is adjourned. Who was that?
Please let it be. Yeah! I know it! Come on, Judge G. Things were just getting good. Bender!
Are you objecting to my adjourning this session?
No. Would have shouted objection if I wanted to do that. You do, G. Adjourn. Don't adjourn. Whatever floats your boat.
What are you doing, Mr. Fender?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we? By which I mean share a chocolatey goodness. Anyone?
Are you trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court?
No. My bad. I just had a quick request to make is all. I see my saint's lawyer. That is.
Ah, yes, I forgot that you were his real attorney, Mr. Fender.
How could you? You're killing me here.
Can you blame us? You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time.
Right you are. Which is why I figure it's time to put in some work.
Work, you say? Somehow I don't believe you work a day in your life.
Let's say this is me doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. What if I ask questions the witness?
Now? Amusing, but what is there left to ask?
I've got a feeling my funny bone that piece here has something more to tell us about the killer.
Do I?
Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simo, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. And you don't think he did it, do you? So tell us, who did? Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, what's he doing?
He's trying to coax Warren into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go all the trouble of sending Knight's body on such an odd journey? Because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis.
She did? No way!
Can we just let it slide? No. If he was convicted of committing murder here, that would have been grounds. That would have been grounds for a transfer to another prison, most likely a more secure facility.
And where he be out of her hair forever, huh?
Precisely. She saw her opportunity and seized it.
No! Saint cannot be the killer. That's not fair. I was all ready to prosecute him.
I know, right? Maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, yeah?
Nice. Now Mr. Wiener has to go along with it too. Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course. How could I refuse this silver-tongued devil? Eddie Keynes, you have such a way with words.
Just doing my job, thief.
Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all. Alrighty, darling. Do as you let me. As you wish. Court is adjourned. I can't believe you pulled that off, Mr. Fender.
Me neither.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for the timely intervention.
Hey, it's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. And besides, defense never rests. Am I right? Team was depending on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserve of cool lawyer chat here. But we can't foul this up now. Which means you're up to bat, Miles. Miles Big Smiles. Show him that never rest spirit. I shall.
Alright, listen, let's get started.
My truth.
I really don't think anyone could have done that but that dreadful man Canis. There's no telling what he went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. Whoever the sordid details was him. He stabbed the poor man to death. And then he has his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened. The victim is a knight, yes? I did him the most terrible disservice.
Yes, you killed him.
I suppose you could put it that way. If there weren't such a sorry excuse for Warren, this would never have happened. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess. Warden Lagarde, as ever, your honesty is true to your credit. I'm sorry Mr. Knight is looking down and weeping tears of gratitude.
You clearly never met Mr. Knight.
R2.
Hold it! You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that?
Because all the other children in my little home are absolute sweethearts. They have faith in themselves and in one another. They have faith in the guards, in me. And they work hard every day to better themselves. None of them would dare to commit murder.
That's a very touching reason indeed. I don't believe a word of it.
But Canis, who he's rotten to the core, he's the only one who'd do something like that.
Hold it! Knight was being kept in the holding cell while Mr. Canis was in the prison proper. What could possibly have happened between them when they were opposite ends of the facility?
Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. All kinds of awful things can happen.
Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. I can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time.
You don't know Canis, my dear. He'll find a way, I'm sure of it.
Hold it! How could he take up this liking to somebody all the way in the holding cell?
I'm just plucking possibilities out the air, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really went on between them. You're just awfully serious, aren't you? Not that man, of course.
Why is she looking at me like that?
So noble, so dashing in that marvelous suit. So clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can.
He has to deal with Wendy Olbach first.
Stay with me, Mr. Edgeworth.
I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught. Hold it! What more can you tell us about those sordid details?
Well, all we know is what Canis did. Once for a living, I doubt was healing part gave him much trouble. Especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think. Couldn't turn his head to the right or here. That's what they told me when they brought him in anyway.
I must make some sort of report for the warden when new prisoners are admitted. It seemed keen for us to think that you didn't know much about Knight.
That's because I didn't, sweetie. And the victim was simply a fun target to that monster, nothing more. I expect Candace to use a chisel that was hidden in that chest set, don't you? Awfully grisly business. Just imagine, the man probably didn't even have the time to cry out.
I see. Thank you for your thoughts. You were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind.
Oh, Miss Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I could chat with you all day. Oh, don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing, of course. We can talk about them some more.
Let's start with...
Objection!
Yep. Warden Lagarde, you strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Your project suggests. I don't know.
Oh, Miss Edgeworth, please call me Fifi. Or Sweetie Pie if you prefer.
However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instant.
Are you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed. We're all family here. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't let her get inside your head.
You said earlier that you didn't know how much about Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel.
Well, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisoners when they come in?
Objection!
You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. That is entirely irrelevant, and you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Singh when he came to visit. Knight would have had it with him when he arrived. Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, of course, that when Mrs. Singh came in, we...
Objection!
You checked him? I find that hard to believe because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Ooh. Judge Gavel, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set?
I did not.
If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warren Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Mr. Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival.
Indeed. Such a thing would have implied an intentional oversight if it had been found. Yet, led through.
Precisely. So Warren Lagarde, and answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I'll submit that you...
Alright, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You got me, alright?
Hmm?
I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. Please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, darling. I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding. I promise. Very well. Go ahead, Warden Lagarde, and please, tell the truth this time.
Our lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. Part 2 of my truth.
I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand? I made a point talking to every newcomer to our little home. Knight was both different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. After we talked, I had him taken back to the cell straight away.
The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate.
So it was a simple conversation with a new detainee. That seems entirely above broad. Exactly, Variety Darling. I knew you understand.
Objection!
Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement?
I suppose we shall see, won't we, Mr. Edgeworth? You may begin your cross-examination.
It's been a while since we say you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay, we got 4 statements.
Hold it!
So am I right in assuming that you talked tonight, the night before the show?
Exactly, darling. It would have been around 3 a.m. on the 27th.
3 a.m. That falls squarely within the window of time laid out in the autopsy report. I seem rather late for a friendly chat. Would you have been asleep?
Normally, yes, but if you remember, Ogar was attacked in his cell. We had to examine the scene of the crime, gather information. These things take time, sweetie. I assure you, he was wide awake. We all were.
Regardless, I find it somewhat odd that you would choose to question him at such a late hour.
Oh, you're such a tease, aren't you? Anyway, no matter how odd you think it is, I had him brought to me, and that's what happened. You must really insist on questioning every last thing I say?
Dire peeps, he's like a dog with a bone sometimes. I'll be sure to scold him once we're done. Though, would you mind giving us a little more info, like where you had him brought to?
My office, of course. Where else?
Our office, which is where we believe the body was moved from. Would you mind apprehending what you just said to your testimony?
Anything for you, darling?
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna say it one more time.
Objection!
It's not that. No, that's not what I... Oh. Watch out, Miles! Incoming! Oh! I got kissed to death! I swear, I saw my life flash before my eyes. If I tried a different approach.
Hold it!
Remind me where your office is?
You've seen the sign of the detention center corridor, I imagine.
The one that says no entry?
That's it, sweetie. My office is just up in there. A short walk from the holding cells.
I understand that you also have access to the yard.
Why, of course, that's where my gorgeous little garden is. Oh, I see where you're going with this. You're saying that's how I move the body.
You have the means and the opportunity, and it's hardly impossible.
Overruled! Hardly impossible proves nothing. You have no evidence for this assertion.
Objection!
There's no other way that the body could have been moved.
Overruled! Surely you haven't forgotten that it was Mrs. Singh who dropped Mr. Knight's body down the well? Yeah, but she said, you're miles off, Edgeworth.
Probably shouldn't push this any further now.
Hold it!
What did you and Knight speak about?
Oh, nothing much. Just some small talk, really. Asked him about what animals he liked, what his hobbies were.
His hobbies. I imagine you talked about chess.
Oh, yes. I couldn't stop him talking about it, in fact. He even had a piece of paper covered with little notes about it in his cell. At least, I think that's what they were about.
Did you see Knight's corresponding chess diagram?
Hold it!
How old was he when you spoke with him?
Oh, he was so open and honest, darling. What?
That guy? Honestly?
He was talking about one croissant and promoting a prawn. I suppose he must have been hungry.
and Peasant and Primordium Pawn. Seems he sparred no one from his obsession with chess.
Hold it!
If he really had gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today.
You really think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you, I barely knew him. No, Angel. I have grudges against Canis. But Knight had nothing to do with that animal.
She really does hate Canis. Warden Lagarde, I must insist that you apprehend that statement to your testimony.
One more time.
Objection!
Nope.
There is that. Oh, to tell.
Lily, you see this evidence here. Listen.
Hold it!
You said that you bear a grudge against only Mr. Canis, is that correct?
No, I despise him. Going in my prison thinking he can do whatever he wants. He won't get away with it. I clip his wicked wings if it's the last thing I do. That awful dog of his is a menace, completely upper hand and peace and quiet in my home.
She even hates his dog. It does seem at first glance that she didn't have much of a motive to kill Knight. Hates Canis so much that she probably hates anyone who has anything to do with him. Think about from that angle. Either breaking his testimony would surely reveal itself.
She's like, you get to know all the peeps, huh? Be chubby prison warden if you ask me.
Chummy? She killed a man, detective.
Or a guy would have been in cuffs. Not to mention the neck brace. He was offensive.
Warden Lagarde was the murderer. Evidence points to that conclusion and no other.
Knight had nothing to do with the animal.
Objection!
We're playing with fire! We're playing with fire! Come on, come on, come on, come on, let's go. Hold, hurry up, loading. Okay. What evidence we got? Got the name. If it's not... Wait, what if we...
Objection!
Oh, it's a chess diagram. That was so hard. It was so difficult.
Judge Gavel, I'd like you to take a look at this.
Notes about the game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It was found in Knight's cell.
Which is exactly where you say you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. You didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? He seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too.
What do you mean?
Objection!
Oh, come on now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option.
She wants to find out who his cronies are, right?
Personally intriguing, your own prisoners is highly irregular to say the least. As you say, Mr. Kaz has threatened you. Put your precious home at risk. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were.
So what if I did?
You also told us that you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. Uh-oh. Then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game? We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. And it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your theory, you took your reasoning one step further. You summarized that Knight was Mr. Kaz's henchman, sent to kill you.
Which is the real reason why she had the chat with the Bronxer. If his boss would have cracked, maybe he would.
When you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there inside his chest set, you found a hidden chisel.
Murder weapon itself.
As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing: Canis. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canis, and that is why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Gavel, your verdict, please.
Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered by... In the name of the gods of justice, who is it this time?
Uh-oh.
Warden? It's all a joke. It's all a big stupid joke. You people just don't get it, do you?
Think we've proven that it is you who didn't understand things correctly.
Me? Please, darling. I understand it all perfectly. Well, thank you very much. I understand there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth.
You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this. Your Honor, the verdict.
Overruled. I'm curious to hear what the warden has to say.
What?
You're a doll, Verity. I just have one last thing to say. Then Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner. You reign? Does anybody remember a certain autopsy report? Of course, we received the finalized version only this morning. That's right, and I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity. Even if nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. 4 inches?
Wait!
Riddle me this, Mr. Edgeworth. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound? Forgive me, oh goddess. I came preciously close to making a terrible mistake. Looks like your theory is the only one that doesn't hold water. Edgeworth, what now, What do we do?
It'll be fine. Miss Edgeworth always comes through. Right, sir? Looks to me that Maelstrom is out of commission. You're an attorney too, aren't you? Why don't you do something? Turn things to their head with a desperate bluff. Learn out the mind-blowing thing that comes to you.
Look, detective, as much as a man of action as the next guy, without evidence, we're up a creek without paddle here. Might be the end of the road.
Can't give up now. You have to do something.
Concerned that Warden Lagar is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. But the chisel wasn't the murder weapon. What other bladed weapon is there here in this facility?
It seems we still do not have all the answers. Nor the evidence to prove those answers. Alas, we must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
Come on, G. You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Overruled! Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender?
No, not me. I try, Mouse. Any bad ideas?
What is the real murder weapon, since it's clearly not the chisel? found it. This question throws everything we just out the window.
Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to remind you that claims nothing supported by significant evidence are subject to the harshest penalties.
Tobas, I can't think of anything. Need more time.
Losa, I admit it. Who said it?
We can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simon's counting on us. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was? He was devastated. Nobody's in...
Oh wait, that's him. That was Simon saying the flash.
Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death. There's no way he did it. But we can't save him. Who will? And what's more, he believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. I, for one, wouldn't walk away until we have some.
Okay. Gee, Mouse. Your little buddy there is quite the motivational speaker. She's right, too. You found yourself on the ropes. Think of your client. Picture them pleading with you to help them. Doesn't it make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man, little Gregory. No matter how bad things look, he always finds a way to turn it around and save his clients. You're just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Simon's counting on you.
Judge Gavel.
You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. If you mean to attempt a defense, I will advise you to consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations. If you do so again, I will have no choice but to judge you too unfit to serve as a prosecutor and relieve of your badge for good.
She's right. I have to put forward a number of theories that prove to be flawed in one way or another. I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided.
Nothing to say, then the court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby...
Sir!
Edgeworth! Give my verdict.
That's it! I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time! My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled!
Benesina Saint.
I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor.
I say it's well past due, darling. Wouldn't you agree, Verity? Mr. Edgeworth, you may proceed.
I'd like to remind you of a few things. The signing of his dog, Helmut, the fact that he wasn't at the show. These and the other facts made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first.
Overruled. Yes again, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem almost proud of your blunder.
Hold it! But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? What if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? I have been stabbed multiple times at the same place with a bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with a chisel right? What if he was stabbed with a chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That is how the killer misled us into thinking that chisel is the murder weapon. But why misled us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think that chisel is the murder weapon rather than whatever really was used? Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest.
What is suggested? What are you talking about, darling?
Hold it! Mr. Wiener, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think?
Huh?
that Mr. Canis is the killer?
And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us.
Oh, Mr. Canis has a bunch of chisels. So she wanted us to think it was one of his, right?
Indeed. That was a plan right from the start. The frame put him Armor Canis.
Your reasoning would appear to be sound. Warden Lagar certainly seemed to have a harbor deep and a biting hatred for Mr. Canis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden Lagar is the killer.
I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. A real murder weapon that we know must exist.
Big gulp of water.
If you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here.
Objection!
If you can find the real murder weapon,
Objection!
How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom.
Eustace is quite correct. No other possible murder weapon has been found. So I'm afraid you're a bit of an impasse.
Objection!
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor. Because it's still here in this prison. This will have made sure of that.
The security gate?
I'm glad you at least remember what it is. And do you remember what it does?
Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. Security gates detect metal, which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh.
Precisely. If there was another murder weapon, it could not have been taken off the premises.
Or nor could have been brought into the prison in the first place. And so we find ourselves back where we began.
Judge Campbell?
What I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is that if you wish me to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you will also have to explain to me how it got here.
Alright. We know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chest set. Mark. Contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the murder weapon came from inside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in.
Yes, the question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternative route?
How did the weapon Warden Lagar used to get the prison? You brought evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct?
Why, yes, we need everything related to Kansas with me now. If it's know how many times that I've hauled the secretive scoundrel into the office to talk to me.
Of course, that's how! The fact that this is here with us shows how a bladed object can be brought to the facility as well.
Take that!
Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Canis yesterday.
Yes! It was one of my pals. One of only two in existence.
Just two?
Two and only two. One for my knife, and one for my beloved helmet. Exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. 9 years on my guide after all. I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me.
So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized. As part of the evidence Warren Lagarde borrowed from the police.
Whoa!
Mr. Canis' knife was part of the evidence in the case against him. And that evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it.
Bell that was attached to the chisel.
Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel.
But that can't be right. The chisel...
only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was the murder weapon, and then attached the belt to it. In doing so, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Camus. And who had access to the evidence from which the belt was taken? Why, only the person to whom it had been entrusted. Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence?
I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct? Warden Lagarde? Those aren't exactly rare, you know. Anybody could have used that, set that up.
Objection!
Luckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular belts are unique, because there are only 2 of them in existence. By attaching that belt to the chisel, you as good as declare yourself the killer.
But you don't have any proof that the knife was ever even here to begin with.
Hold it!
I don't. Not yet anyway. Mr. Wiener, I'd like you to order another search for the prison right away.
Huh? But if you do find something, that's gonna make things awkward for me.
This isn't about what's convenient for you. You have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but, you know...
It's worth an excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigating authority, I would have been sitting on it.
Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it.
You know full well that she has to do no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it.
Sorry, darling, but not without that evidence. The gods of justice cannot bestow her blessings on those who lack proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of this matter will have to be settled in the courtroom.
No. If we give Lagarde the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. What do I say? I don't have anything big to offer. What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I gotta put everything on the line. I'm prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with the client to defend. Only I can save Mr. Saint, and that means voice crack. Even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. It's now or never. Should I object? Object. I suppose this must show how a certain serial bluffer always feels. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
But your honor,
This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth.
I've got it.
That what exactly?
The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Callance's knife is.
Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth?
I do. Not at all.
If I did not know better, I would say that you were bluffing.
You ruined me, Your Honor. I didn't know the meaning of the word. This is terrible for my heart.
There's no way you could. It's not here, I tell you. Well, would you be so kind to enlighten us? Where's the real murder weapon?
Think, Miles, think. Somewhere not even the police would search. A blind spot in this zoo. A hiding place in that warden could be absolutely sure of. A hiding place? No!
If you insist, come on, Alma, open up.
Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be?
Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting?
There's a faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, you stand to lose everything. Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
Take that!
here, in the yard?
Indeed.
I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more? Where exactly is the murder weapon hidden?
Only one place.
Take that!
Of course. That's what it must have been.
Huh?
What's the matter, detective?
It's a metal detector, sir. It's, reacting to the alligator.
What? How?
No detective was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence.
The chisel? Did we just figure out that this isn't the murder weapon?
You might recall that Mr. Canis hid the chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there.
What? No way!
We detected the presence of a metallic object during our early investigation. Judge Gavel, we need to know what's inside that alligator.
Understood. Then we will need to summon a veterinarian. I'm sure I could get the little sweet to open up for us. I'll be happy to give it a try.
Please, by all means. Warden Nagar, the real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess? Oh boy.
I'm nothing to confess.
As you wish. Then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed.
Sir, we got it.
That has to be it.
It's over. Fifi Lagarde. The real murder weapon was Muhammad's Canis' knife. Making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight.
Oh boy. Not the criminal here. This is all Cass is doing. I did the right thing. I was a threat. This Cass is...
Oh my gosh.
Why do you have to come and ruin my...
Oh man. Oh man.
I mean...
Oh man.
Whoa! Our call was all puppies or little doggies. Man, you know, honestly, since he's an assassin, he could have gotten the death penalty. I mean, I can't blame her. It's because of Canis, you know. Prosecute the wiener, sir. The test results have just come back.
Wiener? I guess we've all been under a lot of stress.
Traces of Bronco Knight's blood were found on Mr. Canis' knife.
It's just like you said, sir. Congrats on a stunning victory.
Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like.
Yes, sir. Winner wins again. I think I'm blowing up a little. With rage.
Excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done. Huh? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I?
We have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis. It would be vital to know if Warden Lagarde was simply jumping to conclusions on that front.
Huh? Huh?
There's Clueless, and then there's you.
Well, then I guess we better get back to our investigation. Alright. Officer, you're with me. You're about to see the winner. A whole lot more. Prepare to witness a first-rate investigation talent in action.
Yes, sir. I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work.
It's Winnie time! I expect this case will cause quite a stir. The intent to murder of a president is news enough, and now his would-be assassin has been murdered.
The knight never sought to kill the president in the first place.
The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Miss Edgeworth. In the eyes of both society and in law. How can you even say that? You don't have to believe me. However, as a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in.
Being a prosecutor is more about than proving people guilty. That is what I believe.
We all are free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences.
What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his...
I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Judge Gavel's right. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. But if I follow the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good conscience?
Simon, you're out! Hi, Regina. Is everything alright? They let you out, right? Yeah. But I'm so confused what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go, and then I have Mr. Edgeworth's thing. Sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is. Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, no, stop doing me like that! I swear, don't pull the rug out from me now! Stop it, silly, it's true. He saved you, so say thanks already. Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Edgeworth, thank you. And a great big Regina Berry thank you from me too.
Is this thing talking directly to me? Small victories, I suppose.
Can I just ask one question, Mr. Attorney?
Sure. I'm not actually an attorney, though.
I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now... Well, it's just, I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he? That's not true, Sima. Of course he trusted you. No, if he hadn't, he just had told me, I would have stopped him. I could have told him that he'll never help. I could have let it go. That he had to let go of me, all that stuff.
It's the same. I think you're forgetting something. Should I show him the thing that proves I trusted him?
Take that!
It's the chess set I bought for him.
I had a hidden chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape.
What? You mean he was using me?
No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it. And that he will never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in his mess.
Oh! Bronco! Why didn't you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simon? I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Simon's no dummy. A good night's sleep, and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow.
That's not as complimentary as you think it is.
I'll try. I have to. Bronco, I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there.
That's the spirit.
Oh, I almost forgot. We are doing a new show soon. I'd love for you to come, Miss Edgeworth.
The one, the only Very Big Circus is back.
I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one.
Featuring Maxima Galactica!
That's right, the Very Big Circus is the biggest, most famous event in town. You'll have loads of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Miss Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go.
Well, I'll think about it.
All right, Simon, you got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regina got acquainted. What? Regina the Tiger? No way! I can't! No! You'll be fine, silly. You'll never meet a nicer kitty cat. I can't! Please, Regina, I need that, please!
A satisfied customer. Well, that was a real something, Miles. Talk about pulling it out on the bag.
I could have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have to thank you for being able to investigate the case in the first place.
Oh, stop it. Pat me in the back any harder, you're gonna make me flush. Or topple over.
I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously.
Seriously? Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyway, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it's like to be an attorney, after all.
Be an attorney?
Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminded me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing right there beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this warm and fuzzy on the job.
Hey, that's good? Sweet? I'm not sure.
Say, Miles, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time?
Excuse me?
You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Be out there and actually help people. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about switching sides. Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everybody's doing it these days.
Come on, Mr. Fender. You know it's not about that.
Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question.
No, you weren't.
The heck you were! Looks like you got a mean defense team there yourself, Miles.
Fender, I'm a prosecutor.
Yep, and I am attorney. You could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I said my piece. You change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting.
Follow in my father's footstep? Could I really do such a thing?
I'm gonna become a defense attorney just like my dad.
An attorney? Like my father? Me?
Ah, was it? Turnabout Legacy. Wow. Honestly, I was kind of shocked. What kind of shocked me was that the coat Lagar was wearing was all like pets. But still, we did it. Oh man, that was a long one. That was really that really took a long one. Oh man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps up for today's stream. And good thing is today's Monday, so that means tomorrow we start episode 3. Ain't that interesting? So, with that, we'll wrap up here. Any stream. Oh. And the music. All right. Well, as season 6, it's like an hour or so. Yeah. I'm just gonna say right here, right now, that'll be it. Thank you all for joining. Be sure to follow me on all my socials and subscribe to my VOD channel. I'm finally gonna. I wanted to wait like a full week till like, going back to stream. So yeah, expect a new VOD upload. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, we'll be back with Ace Attorney Investigations 2 starting episode 3 tomorrow. And that is about all I can say from here. Until next time, see you. And again, we'll be back with Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom Friday. That's it. Right?